Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are and what time of day it is when you watch this video. My name is Z, and welcome back to my gaming corner. Today is January 1st, 2025. And I wanted to give you this update for what's been going on in my life and why I haven't been able to upload videos and what the future holds for this channel. Ever since the local church's Christmas party back on December 11th, when I only had a week to prepare, ever since then, I've just, it's like when I told you about in that PSO Christmas music pack video where it's like, I wanted to just take time for myself. Well, me taking time for myself and just like being out from under all the obligations and all the crap I had to do for favors for people, for the holidays, for just whatever. I didn't even put up a tree. I did not put up a tree at all this Christmas season. And I'm so glad I didn't, because I don't have to take it down. I don't have to deal with the cleanup. It's great. But ever since that Ward Christmas party, when like the obligations were over and I could just like take a breath and relax, I got really, really sick. And I'm still not out of the woods. Like, there are days that I will wake up and I will just be nauseated. Like, you know that feeling right before you throw up? It's like that, but it never progresses to the point where I have to go throw up. I'm just nauseated all the time. And I don't know if it's something to do with my environment in the house or if there's mold growing in the walls. I have a guy coming later this week to check for black mold and other things that might be making us sick, but yeah, still being my mom's caregiver, and she's getting worse day by day. She's just getting worse, and like there are days she doesn't know where she is. She's disoriented. All she wants to do is be combative with me to the point where I don't even want to talk to her anymore. I don't want to interact with her. I don't even want to be around her right now, because all she does is yell, and she's combative. And I get that she's frustrated, and I get that she's like, her body doesn't work like the way she used to do it, or like the way she remembers it working, and she's mad and angry, but like she's taking it out on me. And the nurse that comes twice a week for her hospice, she's like, well, this is just normal. You just gotta let it roll off you like water off a duck's back, and you'll be all right. And it's like, I don't think she understands that I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to take anything my mom says other than personally. It's like when she's yelling at me, when she's being combative with me, it really just, it hurts and it sucks and I don't like it. And it puts me in a very foul mood, because all she does is yell at me. And she won't listen to anything I say. She says she can't hear me even though I'm talking normally. She won't let me get her a hearing aid. She won't let me take her to see a doctor or a hearing specialist or a dentist or anybody. She won't let me take care of her. She's like, no, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. It's like, fine, here, fine. I'll leave you alone. Bye, whatever. But yeah, this whole caregiver bit is just, oh, there are days. And being under court order that I have to stay home and take care of mom, otherwise I lose the house, she goes into a nursing home, I end up homeless. It's like, yeah, let's not do that. But being under court order, being forced to sacrifice my career, stay home and take care of mom. If I had known then, this is 4 years now, if I had known then what I know now, maybe I would have made a different choice. Because what it has done to my mental health has been nothing short of catastrophic. It's like, I am not my happy-go-lucky self most days. And there are days when I don't even want to get out of bed. And there are days when I will sleep for 16 hours, and that's actually getting back to normal for me. But I don't want to interact with my mom. I don't want to do more than just, here's your meal for the day, and then just walk away. And that's what our interactions have become lately. Is all I do is I give her the food, I give her her meal for the day, and then I avoid her the rest of the day because all she wants to do is yell at me. And I don't know how much more of this I can take. It is... If this is what losing your mind is like, and this is what going senile is going to be like, I don't want it to happen to me. I hope that, like, if you're a caregiver of an elderly parent and you're watching this video and you're listening, I hope that your parents aren't doing this to you. Because it's uncalled for. And I know that one day we are all going to have to stand before the judgment bar of God with Lord Jesus as our advocate, and we will have to answer for everything that we've done. She's going to have to answer for her actions. I'll have to answer for mine. You'll have to answer for yours. Your neighbor will have to answer for theirs. And I hope that you are reconciled with God, because the time of Lord Jesus' coming is swiftly approaching. It has been 24 years since the start of this new millennium. And in the book of Revelation, it says that when the angel sounds his horn and opens the seventh seal at the beginning of the seventh millennium, there is silence in the heavens for the space of about half an hour. And then after that silence, basically all hell breaks loose. The way that he describes it, with like wormwood hitting the earth, it almost sounds like an asteroid or something, or the stars from heaven are going to start falling. And the water's going to be poisoned, a third of the earth will burn, a third of humanity will be burned up. There'll be famines and death and pestilence and wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes all over the place, and the weather will be all topsy-turvy. I mean, I still have my window open. It's January 1st. I haven't closed my window from last summer. This has been the warmest winter. I mean, yesterday it was 46 degrees. That's Indian summer. At the end of December, in the middle of winter. Like, what is this, right? So the weather's all topsy-turvy. We have a war in Ukraine. We have a war in the Middle East. Donald Trump will be inaugurated, hopefully, in 2.5 weeks. A lot can happen in 2.5 weeks, and with the way that this world is going, and I honestly think that the next section of Ezra's Eagle prophecy has been fulfilled, because Biden, even though he is still, quote, technically and officially the president, he's not acting like it. I mean, at his most recent bill signing, he looked like he was half asleep or completely high or completely like incoherent and stuff, and like, whoa, and then he ran away. He's not acting like the president. And Donald Trump, who was elected in November, he was greeted with all the pomp and circumstance reserved for official state visits in France, in England, in Europe, in all the places where Trump has been. He was there for the opening of Notre Dame. He then visited with His Royal Highness Prince of Wales, Prince William. He went and visited England. He came home. He's just been welcomed like he's already the president. He has been basically taking over the world stage, and he's been acting like the president of the United States, even though he's not officially inaugurated yet. And Ezra's Eagle says that at the end of time, there will be 4 short feathers. The first short feather will leave office in controversy, like what happened on January 6th of 2020 when the Capitol was stormed. There was all this controversy about the election was stolen and on and on and on. Remember that 4 years ago? So he leaves office in controversy. And then it says the second short feather will leave sooner than the first short feather. And Biden had a disastrous debate last July, then withdrew from the race, didn't want to be president anymore, which makes him a one-term president, a lame duck president, and then all of a sudden he just departs the world stage and gives up presidential influence all over the world, and we don't see him for months and months, and then Donald Trump gets elected in a massive landslide, and all of a sudden he starts acting like the president and starts basically putting people in key positions, and they start acting like they're already in those positions because the people that are currently in those positions are just lollygagging about and twiddling their thumbs and not doing jack squat. I honestly think that President Biden has left sooner than the first, because he's not even acting like the president right now. And President Trump is going to fix everything. I think that we're in for some very interesting times. And in the book of Revelation, when it talks about what happens immediately following that period of silence, and if you do the math, we've been told that a day in the life of God is likened unto 1,000 years of man. So if you do the math with that time difference of 1,000 years is a day to God, and it says there was silence in the heavens for the space of about half an hour, that is like 30 minutes. When you have a day is worth 1,000 years, 30 minutes is 25 years. It's been 24 years since the start of the new millennium. Here we are, it's 2025. The silence in the heavens for the space of about half an hour is concluded. We are going to start to see some very incredible things. There's going to be a lot of changes coming, and these events are what is going to usher in the return of Lord Jesus to the earth. And if you've read the Revelation of St. John the Divine, you've read Matthew 24, you've read Daniel 11 and 12, you've read Ezekiel, and you see all the prophecies of the end times, a lot of it has already been fulfilled. For example, in Daniel chapter 11, he talks about the abomination which makes desolate. And Lord Jesus refers to this in Matthew 24. Daniel says that the time between the removal of the daily sacrifice and the abomination which makes desolate is exactly 1,260 days. That's roughly 3.5 years. So when was the removal of the daily sacrifice? I believe that was the beginning of COVID-19's lockdown, which happened in March of 2020. So March of 2020 to October of 2023 is 3.5 years. What happened in October of 2023 on October 7th? Hamas attacks Israel, killed thousands of people, blows up everywhere they attacked, like whole neighborhoods were destroyed, and they took hostages. And this crisis has been going on for the last year and a half almost. When everything closed down, all the temples closed, all the churches closed, all the synagogues closed, all of commercial enterprises closed, everything closed down, and we were told to stay inside. You can't go anywhere. We're trying to control this disease. People couldn't go to church. People couldn't go worship. People couldn't practice their faith like they had been for their whole life. That right there, the removal of the daily sacrifice. 3.5 years later, in October of 2024, exactly 1,260 days to the day, March 26th, 2020 was the very first day when everything was shut down. Everything closed down at the end of business day on March 25th. The new day in Hebrew culture begins at sundown. Sundown is when everything closed down, and it stayed closed down for months. That was the beginning of the removal of the daily sacrifice. And 1,260 days later, on October 7th, 2023, Hamas attacks Israel, blows up whole neighborhoods, kills thousands of people, and takes hostages, many of which were American citizens, and a lot of them are still being held hostage in somewhere in either Gaza or Lebanon, or we don't know where they're at. And President Trump has said, if you do not release your hostages by the time I take office, there is going to be hell to pay. And you know that Trump will do it. And I honestly think that when he takes office again, he is going to withdraw from this disastrous Iran nuclear deal. I mean, we shouldn't even be helping the Iranians or the Ayatollahs or the Grand Muftis. We should not be helping them create a nuclear weapon. He's going to pull out of that deal. He's going to put sanctions all over Iran's government. They're going to be poor. They're going to be begging for relief. And it's like, fine, release your hostages and then we'll talk. He's going to get stuff done. He's already, like, the day after the election, he threatened tariffs on Canada and Mexico if they didn't clean up their crap and stop the illegal drug trade, stop the illegal migrant, the illegal human trafficking with the migrants, stop the fentanyl coming across the border from the north. He's like, clean up your shit, or I'm going to impose massive tariffs on you before, like, when I take office, you're going to have massive tariffs, but clean up your shit. And what did they do? Justin Trudeau flew to Mar-a-Lago and had talks with the president, and not a week later, he has closed his border and is doing a major crackdown on all illegal immigration. And then Mexico's new president talks with Donald Trump, and all of a sudden she closes Mexico's border and starts putting a crackdown on illegal immigration. It's like Trump isn't even the president officially yet. He hasn't gone to Inauguration Day. That's January 20th. He's not even the president yet. He was just barely elected, and all of a sudden world leaders are treating him like the president, and he is acting like the president. This is why I say that part of the prophecy has been fulfilled, because Biden, he's gone. He may still hold the office, but he's not acting like the president. He is basically missing in action. He's MIA, and Donald Trump has taken over. What is Kamala Harris doing? She's in Hawaii, fucking having a tropical holiday for Christmas. I mean, I would love to go to Hawaii and bask in the sun and lay out on the beach and just enjoy the warm weather. But no, I'm stuck here at home taking care of my mom because I'm under court order, which was implemented upon me by the nasty Biden court system. Everything was fine when Donald Trump was president previously. I had a job. I was making boatloads of money. I had a nice little savings account. I had an investment fund. I was taken care of quite nicely. And then all of a sudden he gets ousted out of office. Biden comes to play, and I am then being told to sacrifice my career, stay home, take care of mom, or we're going to take your house away from you. You're going to be homeless. We're putting her in a nursing home where she will probably die quickly. It's like this whole world has just gone to shit in the last 4 years. And I'm so glad Trump is coming back to the White House, because he's going to fix a lot of stuff. But as for me, yes, I want to get back into playing Final Fantasy X, but all of those obligations and all of the things that were implemented upon me, it's like, you got to practice for this, you got to practice for that, you have a week to get ready for this, you got whatever. I started playing Crystal Chronicles again. I started playing Animal Crossing again. I started playing other games again. And now I've just been having fun with all these other games that it might be a little bit longer before I go back to Final Fantasy X and continue on our adventure and continue those video series. It's been nice not having to worry about, oh, I have to record a video today. I got to edit it and get it out for tomorrow or whatever. I don't have to have any obligation. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to practice or play any instrument for anybody. I can just chillax. You know what? I've been liking it. I like the feeling of any kind of obligation. I don't have to deal with it. I will, like I said, I will eventually get back into Final Fantasy X, but right now I am just taking time for myself, because with all of the stress I have to deal with being mom's caregiver and having to take care of her, and all she does is she treats me like crap. There are some days that's where all I can do is just get out of bed and go and use the restroom. because I have no energy to deal with her nonsense. And being a caregiver has taken a massive toll on me. So yeah, it's still hard. And Mom's getting worse. And I just want Lord Jesus to come back to the earth quickly and put a stop to all of this. I mean, the scriptures say he will wipe away all the tears of their eyes, and there'll be no more pain, and there'll be no more death. For all those things have passed away, and everything has been made new. I'm looking forward to that. So that's what's been going on with me. Still a caregiver, still stuck between a rock and a hard place, still dealing with all the nonsense that I have to deal with. And it's not getting any easier, and it's not getting any better. And it sucks. Royal donkey butt. It just royally sucks. But yeah, I just want you guys to know I'm still here. I'm still around. I haven't kicked the bucket yet. And hopefully we can have a little more regular contact. But I don't know when I'm going to be doing my next video, because some days I just don't even want to wake up because of all the crap I have to deal with. So if you would keep me in your prayers, I would really appreciate it, because I need all the help that I can get. And I hope that this update will help you understand a little bit more about what I've been dealing with, so you can understand why I'm not making videos like other YouTubers are, doing videos every single day or 2 or 3 times a day, and it's like they're always uploading something, there's always new content. It's like, I'm sorry, there's only so much that I can do and so much that I can handle. So anyway, it is January 1st. Happy New Year. And I hope that we can talk to each other very soon. But until then, I'm Z, signing off.